A brand new chapter is about to begin in the lives of the Marvel Universe's youngest heroes. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of All New Champions issue number 1 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we get to listen to a nice internal monologue from Kamala Khan, Ms.Marvel. She says that the Champions team has grown by leaps and bounds over the last few months. What started as a dedicated youth movement amongst a bunch of younger sidekicks has turned into a full-on global phenomenon. The Champions have been able to recruit a ton of heroes, and because of that, they're now a global force from good, working out of their very G.I. Joe mobile command center. And throughout the course of this issue, we get introduced to the 3 main Champion strike teams. The first team is dealing with a human trafficking crisis. This team is spearheaded by Locus, a really cool Mark Waid creation, and we also get to see the return of the second Falcon. While that's going on, the second Champions team is dealing with a natural disaster in Japan. This team is spearheaded by Riri the Ironheart, as well as the second Power Man, and oh hey look, the second Patriot too. Wow, the Captain America supporting cast getting a lot of love in this book. Of course, it's not all just returning faces, there's new characters too, like Pinpoint. He's a superhero from Delhi who can create portals. And don't fret too, just because we have all these new faces running around doesn't mean they're going to forget the core members of the Champions. In fact, they're more resolute than ever now in their mission. Why, even Sam Alexander, the former Nova who was down in the dumps after losing his helmet and by extension his powers, has found renewed vigor by becoming the team's personal pilot. The original Champions have their own mission this issue to try and stop energy villain Zazat. They get the job done, but it's implied it took a hell of a lot out of them to actually get the job done. Like so much, it's actually impressive they made it back alive. When they do make it back though, Kamala Khan has to take up new responsibilities, being a leader to an even bigger team. And I don't know if you've ever had to wrangle a room full of unruly walking hormones known as teenagers, but it can be pretty darn difficult. And hey, speaking of hormones, and we absolutely were, there's still a little bit of residual awkwardness between Riri and Viv following the end of the previous series. You see, the Vision's daughter is going through what I can only describe as a robo-sexual awakening, which, you know, is awkward for everyone at that age and made especially more awkward when you're a machine who doesn't really know all the social norms. In fact, Viv had actually kissed Riri without asking at the end of the previous issue before this new number 1, and they're still trying to work through that. Now, just to further complicate matters right now, Miles Morales Spider-Man, one of the 3 original founding members of the Champions team, is acting really strange ever since that last mission. He's angry, he's withdrawn, and he takes it out on everyone around him, especially poor Sam. It gets so bad that when Miles choosingly ducks out on one of Ms. Marvel's next big meetings, the team leader has no choice but to get in there and intervene. She has no idea what his problem is either. At first, she thinks maybe he's getting a little jealous of all the new people on the ship, that maybe his friends are moving away from him. But it quickly becomes apparent whatever's eating Spider-Man is a lot deeper, a lot more personal, and quite possibly a lot more sinister than anyone could ever have considered. For you see, as the comic winds down, we discover that Miles is not alone in his room. Mephisto, the Lord of Hell, is there. Oh no, Miles, whatever you do, don't make a deal with him. Also, wait, what's Mephisto doing here right now? Isn't he supposed to be imprisoned by Doctor Strange in a Las Vegas penthouse, or did he get released on good behavior? Who knows as the comic ends. And so that was Champions number 1 from Jib Zub, everybody, and I gotta say, this new number 1 starts the series off on a wonderfully fresh, wonderfully exciting new start. I've made no secret in the past how I feel that Champions under Zub might very well be the modern day equivalent to the classic Teen Titans stories everyone loves, and I think this new series here only strengthens that idea. The book is just filled with so much positivity and youthful exuberance, something I think is sorely missing from superhero comics these days, especially superhero comics like the Teen Titans that feel they've had all those things sucked out of them as of late. It's also just a nice feeling to know that so many of these new young heroes Marvel has created over the last couple of years are all going to have a home in this book and a good hand in Zub. I would give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Looking forward to where it goes. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of this other comic content I have available for you. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're in the market for some comic books for yourself, might I recommend buying your trades through my book depository link down in the description. Not only will you save a bundle by not having to pay anything for shipping or handling, but everything you buy via my link goes to support me and the channel. So you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time, I will be back again with more comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye, everybody.